Dave Simon and his co-hosts are completing the remaining finishing touches for tonight's episode. If you are watching the replay, you can skip to the 4-minute and 54-second mark to get to Dave's intro. While you are waiting, watching live, take a look at the news and articles about pro wrestling and MMA from The Authority, the Ringside Report Network. Our website is at ringsidereport.net. That's ringsidereport.net.
Please wait. Hold on. Keep waiting. Almost done. 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 Subscriber is speaking at the moment. Subscriber is speaking at the moment. Subscriber is speaking at the moment. Please wait. Hold on. Keep waiting. Almost done. 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 Subscriber is speaking at the moment. Subscriber is speaking at the moment. Subscriber is speaking at the moment.
Welcome to today's broadcast from the Ringside Report Network. We are a viewer and listener-supported creative team. We would really appreciate it if you became a recurring supporter at membership.ringsidereport.net. While you are waiting, watching live, take a look at the news and articles about pro wrestling and MMA, and while there, check out our exclusive merch, including great jiu-jitsu gear from the Ringside Report Network. Our website is at ringsidereport.net. It's ringsidereport.net.
Subscriber is speaking at the moment.
Ball game over. Yankees win. The Yankees win.
Yep. Let's go. Yankees Oh, hey, it's Ringside Report MMA. Tonight on the show, lots of fights made for fall 2025 in the UFC, and Conor McGregor is back in the drug testing pool.
Let's go!
Oh, uh-oh, what's happening? AJ, are you okay? Oh,
I'm good, but I'm good.
We're going to lose him before the show even starts.
Man, that was, nothing like drinking water and choking before it goes live. What's up, Chico?
I just want to let that play out, just see how.
Just to see me go down, man?
Yeah.
It's good for the ratings, actually. It would be like, it would go viral, man. Podcaster chokes to death.
Wow.
Drinking water.
Co-host just watches and occasionally laughs for some reason.
Well, you could do a play-by-play of it.
Yeah. Oh,
That'd
AJ's
be
going
awesome.
down. I think he needs medical attention. Oh, well.
What's the number? 311? 411? I can't remember.
So we're here.
Weather
we're
Network,
back.
how can I help you, Dave Simon? What's up, bud? We
We're
weren't
back.
around last week. No,
No.
you were around last week. No, it was the Hogan.
Everybody was
Hogan,
like taking
tribute.
breaks last week.
Well, man, Hogan died, man.
Yeah. Take a night off for the good brother Hogan.
Of course, man.
Rest
You
in
have to,
peace.
man. Respect, man.
Yeah.
You got to, man.
Yeah,
Crazy.
we did
What
a
a
whole
week, eh?
Hogan tribute show last week.
I saw it. It was excellent.
Thank you.
I thought you were going to start crying, dude. I was like, my money was down that you were going to start crying.
No, I was good doing the show. I wasn't. I wasn't close to tears. I will say though, when I got the news, I'll admit it. When I got the news that Hogan died, it took me a second, and then there were some tears. I cried a bit. He's like a big icon in my life, childhood hero and everything.
Listen, Hogan was a big icon for everyone, for wrestling fans, non-wrestling fans. I mean, the guy was in everyone's face up to like this year as well. Like, he's been involved in so much stuff. You can like it or not, but Hogan's been like a legendary icon. And,
Yeah.
it is hard. I mean, the guy is, he's gone through a lot in his life and whatnot. But when I got the news, when it popped up that he passed away, I was like, oh, here we go again. They always do that whole thing. This guy's passed away and that guy's passed away, I was in shock too. Like, I was like, it took me back too. I was like, man, I can't believe it, man. Is it real? Like, I saw him like a week ago and he looked great, But then I saw his interview the night before he passed away. He looked haggard, He looked like somebody who was just like, and he was admitting it. He was like extremely tired, and I think he overdid it. In my opinion, for a guy at 7 years old, the amount of things he was doing was incredible. But
I don't.
Sometimes it takes a toll.
I don't know how
What a
it
crazy
all.
week, bro.
In the the final days, I don't know, but yeah. I mean, I wasn't
you
a
look
big
tired.
fan of like all the outside of the ring stuff, but I loved him so much in the ring that I was willing to kind of.
Oh, I loved his
forgive a
outside
lot
of the
that
ring
stuff.
stuff. I mean,
Yeah,
I loved his outside of the
I
ring.
know,
I mean,
I
the
know.
guy was vocal.
but I'm saying
And
that's
look,
that's how powerful of a figure he was. Like he could kind of do no wrong in my eyes, even
Right.
though he did wrong in a lot of cases, in and out of pro wrestling. But he was.
But he was
larger
Hogan,
than
man.
life, the best brother, the number one guy, greatest ever, Hulk Hogan.
Do you think anybody could be at, like, I don't want to say anything, like, say the future? Is there anybody who would, I guess, pour out more tributes than Hogan? Like, I don't want to say The Rock or anything because The Rock is up there, but he's not Hogan,
No,
you know?
no,
Like-
no. I don't think anyone,
It's
will
hard.
ever surpass
because-
Hogan. Hogan is
But I like The Rock.
the icon among icons in pro wrestling. Forever, the ultimate top guy. If you're, like, I'll put it this way: if you're putting together like the ultimate WrestleMania card, and you have all the stars available in their prime. You have Stone Cold, you have The Rock, you have Hogan, you have Macho Man, you have whoever. I would say, honestly, in the history of professional wrestling, if you were to put one guy in the main event, it would have to be Hogan. There's never been a better headline attraction main eventer than Hogan. There's never been a bigger main event star than Hogan. If you had one show with every star in their prime, Hogan would headline that show. You know? Who would he wrestle?
You're right, man.
I don't know. Probably Andre again, because that sold a lot. That was good. That did good business. You know? Maybe we'll do that one
Tough,
day, Johnny
man.
North. Ultimate WrestleMania card. That'd be fun.
It's a tough one. That's why I'm wearing yellow, bud. I mean, Johnny noticed.
Austin, yeah. Hogan Austin in the main event would be unbelievable. That would be the ultimate. Johnny North already throwing out names. Yeah. Hogan Austin. Yeah. I'd put Andre on
Andre
the
the
card, though.
Giant, I would see.
Andre
yeah, I'd rather
versus
see Andre
Big
than-
Show would be pretty cool. I'd want that. I'd pay money for that. Andre versus
you
Taker would
have-
have been pretty sweet too. You know?
You'd have to get the Ultimate Warrior in there as well. Come on, Dave.
Warrior versus Batista.
Oof, Warrior
me-
would smash.
You know? Give me Bret Hart versus Kurt Angle. You know?
Roddy Piper.
Versus CM Punk.
Yeah, that would be good. That's a good
Yeah.
one there, Dave.
Yeah.
Nice.
Mm.
That would be good. Who would win, man? That's
Punk.
a tough one for me, too, because I like them both, man.
Punk would definitely win because his ego couldn't take losing, brother.
Jake the Snake.
Yeah, not booked.
You would have booked Jake the Snake?
Sorry, brother. He's not making the cut.
Aw, man.
No.
Damn, that's rough.
Yeah, maybe to do a run-in during Macho Man's match, you know? Oof, who would you put Macho up against? Give me,
Cody Rhodes.
yeah, maybe. Maybe. I'd love to see Brett versus Bryan Danielson, too. That would have been pretty nice. Oof. Bret Hart, really. Just Bret versus a bunch of people. Could we let's double book Bret. It's like a WrestleMania 10 scenario where Bret has to wrestle twice. He has to wrestle Bryan and Angle for some reason. Or maybe you do a triple threat. You should probably have a triple threat on this card. Bret, Angle, Bryan. All right. This is the MMA show. Let's stick with that, AJ. A lot of fights being made in the UFC. The next pay-per-view from the UFC is August 16th. It'll be in Chicago, Illinois, and it'll be for the UFC Middleweight Championship. The champion, Dricus du Plessis, the South African giant, taking on the mean, nasty, kill everybody, Khamzat Chimaev. My goodness. We're like 3 weeks away from that fight actually happening. It feels like it's actually going to happen. Oh, no, AJ, you're glitching out now. You're like disappearing on me. Your internet's crapping out.
What the hell? Everything was working perfectly fine.
Yeah.
What's up with
I
the
don't know.
internet?
You're kind of like grainy and glitchy.
What?
Can you hear me okay?
That doesn't make sense. I hear you perfect, man.
Well, maybe disconnect and come
don't know
back,
what the
AJ.
hell-
Maybe you're having issues. Just come back. Just
No, I wasn't. We even like upped the whole internet thing. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Can you hear me, AJ? Can you disconnect? and
Yeah, I
come
can hear
back?
you.
Just refresh yourself.
Let's disconnect. All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's what she said.
Okay. I don't know. Seems a little freezy. Johnny North noticed it. Johnny North in the chat. Angelo in the chat. What's
How's
up,
that?
Angelo? AJ, you look better now. You good?
Sure. That was
Yeah, I
weird. I
think
don't know
so.
what happened.
What?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Talking to your mic and I can hear you.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, that's good. That's better. So the next big pay-per-view is Khamzat versus Dricus. The fight's actually going to happen in 3 weeks. We'll do a watch-along for that. In the meantime, UFC loading us up with some, other stuff. Last weekend we had the Abu Dhabi fights. It was Reinier de Ridder beating Robert Whittaker by split decision. Big win for de Ridder. RDR.
Big win.
He moves up in the ranks. I don't know where that really puts him as far as title contention, but who do you have right now? We're 3 weeks away from the fight, assuming it will happen, because with Khamzat, you never know. I'm really hoping that fight happens. But Khamzat, it's like always an issue going into his fights,
Well, isn't there an issue also for him to get into the state as well? That's what I heard. I mean, I'm not sure if that's, what I'm saying? So it's not only the fight of making weight, it's the fight that it's in Chicago, and he's coming in from,
Yeah, but isn't the president of
the
America
US
like a big UFC fan? Couldn't he just make the fight happen because he's president? Isn't that the benefit of having Trump like a friend of the UFC? Like when you need some guy with maybe a shady background to get into the States to do a fight, you make a call and the president says, let him in, and then he gets to fight. Like,
well, if Dana makes that call to the president, for sure he's on his favorite list.
Well, that's it.
I'm sure it could happen. But there was talk about him having issues, I don't know why, but some visa issue, but we'll see, man. Let's see if this fight takes place. It's going to be a monster fight.
I got Dricus winning that. You got Dricus or Khamzat?
Dude, man, I love Dricus. He's a beast and everything, but when it comes to the overall grind, when it comes to the overall, game of wrestling and whatnot, Dricus is up there, but he's coming up against Khamzat, and Khamzat is just, he's a force, to be reckoned with, and it's hard to stop this guy. If anybody could do it, it could be Dricus, but I don't think Dricus has that Khamzat kill mentality. Khamzat wants to go there and he wants to hurt you, and he's done it. We've seen it.
Yeah.
Some scary. He's dangerous.
It's a big fight.
The thing with Khamzat, I'm gonna have a hard time to bet against him, dude.
Yeah, I know. And it's tough. It's tough because Khamzat he's so good, and you saw what he did to Whittaker, and he just runs through people. But I just feel like you can't do that to Dricus. Dricus is too solid, He's like a little too big, a little too strong, a little too hard to move. And I don't think you're ragdolling Dricus like you ragdolled Whittaker or Holland. Like, Whittaker is a 185 that could kind of fight 170. And Holland, same thing. He actually did fight 170. Dricus is a 185 that could probably fight 205. You know what I mean? Like, Dricus is a big dude. And Khamzat, he fought at 170. So I just don't think he's going to have the strength, the muscle, the meat, the power to do what he does best, which is just kind of ragdoll people around. And then when he gets into a fight where he can't just dominate you and destroy you after one round, then things get a little dicey for Khamzat, and we've seen that in the past in the Kamaru fight, in the Gilbert Burns fight. You go, once this gets past the first round, if he can't just finish you quick, if you survive, Khamzat kind of runs out of gas, and we've seen Dricus never run out of gas. Those Sean Strickland fights, that's pedal to the metal for 25 minutes. This guy is a tank. I've seen Dricus tested, and I've seen him pass those tests really well, and I've seen Khamzat tested, and when he gets actually tested, it's it's shaky ground where, I don't know, man. Dricus went through Adesanya. He went through, he's good. He's really good. It's an awkward style, but damn, he's strong and thick and just powerful, It's a good fight, though, because Khamzat could easily grab him, get the takedown, climb on his back, and put the squeeze on him, and squeeze of death. It's over. That could happen. Khamzat has the takedown and rear naked choke ability that's almost like a a one-punch knockout. Like, it's more dangerous early on, but as the fight gets longer and longer, it's kind of, the pop isn't there. He's, like, very dangerous at first, and then he kind of wanes. But Dricus does not ever slow down. And that's why I think Dricus pulls it out. But, like, if somebody picks Khamzat, I'm not going to go, "Oh, you're crazy. What are you seeing?" I know what you're seeing. I know what you're seeing. I know what you think Khamzat's going to do. I just don't think he's going to be able to do it to Dricus. But, I've been wrong before.
Look, when you think about it, like, the guy's been in the game for 5 years now. I mean, he didn't get a quick pass to get to a championship fight. He's been working his way up. He's fought Gilbert
He's been
Burns.
barely taking fights.
Yeah, but there was like visa issues, and that's what I was trying to get at before.
Injuries and sickness mostly.
Well, he had sickness, but he still came back and still dominated. But when you look over his career, man, think about the Usman. Look what he did to Robert Whittaker in the first round, man. He submitted Robert Whittaker, and we saw Whittaker fight last week. The guy doesn't go down easy. You got to bring him to the distance. But Khamzat did that in the first round.
Yeah.
And submitted him. So, what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to say is that
but before that, he fought Kamaru Usman, and it was kind of, he won a decision that was kind of close.
Yeah.
He struggled to make weight. I don't know, man. I'm not, I'm a fan of Khamzat. I think he's very good. I'm just not totally sold on him beating Dricus at this point.
Yeah, but would you look at the names that I mentioned? You had Burns, Usman, Whittaker. I mean, think about that.
Well,
he's gone through these guys,
Okay, but
and you would have never said that against
Dricus has gone through Adesanya, Whittaker, Strickland, Brunson. I mean, these are good fighters too. Very good fighters.
But where did he take Whittaker?
TKO second round.
Right. Well, Khamzat submitted him in the first. You know what I'm saying? So it's harder to get a submission than a TKO or a KO, man.
I don't know.
That's what I'm trying to say is that when he has that, I think he has that fight IQ, in my opinion, a little bit higher, than Dricus. And I think that's what's going to be the factor. And I'm telling you, just his aggression and whatnot, sometimes you're right. Sometimes you feel like he's going to gas out. But I've seen his training camp. This guy's a machine. He's a beast. Yeah, he's had some health issues. I think they were related to COVID. But he still comes out and he wins. So that's the thing with this guy. Even at his weakest, he's still dangerous.
But
imagine him being at 100%, which I hope he is at the Dricus fight, which I'm sure he will be.
The fights where he wins decisively, where he gets the finish, it's in the first round, and it's very impressive. The decision fights, like I mentioned, the Usman and Burns fights, 3 rounds, and by the third, he looks pretty gassed. And this is his first 5-round fight. I just think Dricus is going to be able to survive the first. I think he's going to be smart enough to game plan to avoid that takedown in the first, at least. And once it gets past that first round, Dricus is going to be able to do some damage, and he's going to be able to put a pace on Khamzat that I don't think Khamzat's going to be able to respond to. But hey, man, that's why they have the fights, and it's coming up in 3 weeks, and you can tell we're excited about it, right? It's a good fight.
100%.
It's a big fight.
Look, they're both 31 years old. I mean, obviously the same weight, but, the only difference is that Dricus has 3 centimeters reach on top of Khamzat. Will that make a big difference? 3 centimeters? Look, it could go either or, man.
Centimeters he has inches? Usually it's in inches, no?
Yeah, because
I
have it in centimeters. It's 193 to 190. Let me.
I think that's inches, no?
They know. David Simon. Are you kidding, man?
Are you kidding?
Centimeters.
I don't think it matters. The
No,
point is the
but
fight's
he
in
has a
3
long.
weeks, and that's the next big one. That's really the point,
Yeah.
AJ. We'll break it
Yeah,
down.
that's the
we got
point.
time.
It's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be tough, dude. This is a great fight to watch, but it's gonna be a hard fight to bet. I mean, maybe you could bet on the fact that it'll go, over two. I think it's gonna go the distance. I don't think someone's getting knocked out in the first round. I don't think anybody's getting submitted in the first round.
Yeah.
I don't think the second round there's gonna be a knockout. I think this is gonna be a battle. And I think you're right. I think the one who has more damage going into the third, fourth, fifth round is going to win this fight. It's going to be by decision. But who will that be? It's hard for me to pick. I mean, right off the bat, I'm going to favorite Khamzat just because of the aggression, just because of his capabilities and what he's done. I think he's gonna play a very smart fight, still going aggressive, but if somebody had to choose or give me the choice between like pick a winner or pick, over under or, distance or whatnot, I'm going to go with the distance in this fight. I think it's going to hit 5 rounds. I think it's going to be a long fight and it's going to be probably like, one of those fight of the year fights. But we'll see, man.
Dricus by knockout round 5.
Round 5?
Yeah. I think Khamzat
If
tires
Khamzat
out
is-
and gets
yeah.
put away.
It could happen. I can see that happening as well. If
4 or 5.
you're right.
4 or 5.
Yeah,
Championship rounds. I think Khamzat slows down and Dricus TKOs him.
Look, man, I'm not going to disagree with you on that because that's a strong possibility, and you're right. That the only thing that worries me about Khamzat is once it gets into the fourth, being it his first, will he be able to handle it? I mean, like I said, his training camps. If you've ever seen this guy training, I mean, the guy he's psycho beast. But it's a different thing when you're actually fighting a 5-round championship fight. There's all that's behind you. You got the crowd, the nerves. There's a lot. There's a lot of pressure. I'm going the distance, but if Khamzat starts weakening, I think you're right. I think he'll be put away in the 4th or 5th.
Should be a great, great fight. And we got some other big fights that the UFC announced. UFC 319 is a card we were talking about. UFC 320 going down in October. So they're going to do all September with no pay-per-view for some reason. What's that?
That's strange. Yeah, what's up with that?
Yeah. They've got some fight nights, obviously.
Yeah, you got like some pretty good fight nights.
They're going to Australia. They're going to Texas, San Antonio. They're going to Paris, France, all in September, but they don't actually have a pay-per-view in September. The pay-per-view is in August. It's the 16th, and then the next one is October 4th in Vegas, and it will be Magomed Ankalaev defending the light heavyweight championship against the former champion Alex Pereira.
That's going to be crazy, man.
Hell yeah. And Merab, co-main event against Corey Sandhagen for the bantamweight belt.
That's a good one.
That's a good double main event right there. That's 2 title fights I actually want to see.
And then
good job, UFC.
Like, the third fight is pretty good as well.
Yuri Prohaska versus Khalil Roundtree. This is a hell of a pay-per-view they got going October 4th. Hey, that's my birthday weekend. Maybe we should go to Vegas.
Now we're talking, Dave. Now we're talking. It's about time. Like, you're finally thinking straight, man.
Do you want to go to this?
Damn, man, yeah.
Magomed
We'll go me,
smash
Johnny,
him?
and
That
Fred.
would be sick. I would not mind going to see Magomed smash him up.
You bring Uncle Ben, man. It's gonna be sick.
I'd go nuts.
Let's do it, dude.
Maybe.
There you go, man. Ringside Report in the house. That's the way you got to do it. We got to be there, man. Everybody else is. How come we're always like second, like in second row, man? We got to be in first. You know?
How much are you paying for that, bro? You got a hookup?
Listen, man. Let's see what I can do with the hookups.
Chill.
Well, actually, we should be asking Antoinette. She's there all the time. She knows. Antoinette, help us out.
Yeah. UFC 320, that's October 4th. And then UFC 321 is in Abu Dhabi, October 25th. That's Tom Aspinall versus Cyril Gane. Cyril Gane is going to fight
Where's the White
Aspinall.
House
It's
fight?
official. This is a fight I've been calling for over a year, I think. It was like, hey, Aspinall, stop calling out John Jones. He's never going to fight you, dude. Fight Cyril Gane. I kept saying this over and over again, and, I was right, because here we go.
You're right.
I was dead right the whole time about this whole situation with Tom Aspinall. I was like, yo, go make yourself famous, win some fights, and then maybe John Jones will want to fight you on like a big fight card, which is exactly what's happening. John Jones is like, I'm retired. And then 3 weeks later, he's like, well, I'll come back. I want to fight at the White House. I'm unretired, and I'll fight whoever the heavyweight champion is at the time. So Tom Aspinall, if you keep winning, you might even get your wish and fight John Jones. But at the moment, it wasn't worth it for John Jones. Beat Cyril Gane and a couple other dudes, and it will become worth it. This has been the thing I've been saying for over almost a year now since Jones fought, I guess last November. Not quite a year. But it feels like forever. And finally, they all got the message, and Cyril Gane will be fighting Tom Aspinall in a fight that Tom Aspinall could very well lose in Abu Dhabi on October 25th.
That's a hell of a good fight right there, man.
Thanks.
This will say a lot about Tom Aspinall. I mean, we seen John Jones like pretty much clean up like Cyril Gane in quick fashion in the first round. So, there's a lot of pressure on Tom Aspinall. He has to basically prove that he deserves the fight against John Jones. And Cyril Gane has to prove that John Jones got lucky with that win over him. That's what it comes down to, and he's going to have to really perform against Aspinall and manhandle him for that win to get that rematch against John Jones. But, this is the fight that had to be made, regardless if Jones was on or off as champion. Obviously, he's back on. I think this is a great fight, man. And, and what makes me more happy than anything, because I love both Aspinall and Cyril Gane. Two great fighters. I have a lot of respect for both of them. But, man, Ringside Report, okay? And I said this, and I don't give a shit about any other show, which I watch a lot of shows, man. I love them all, But I'll tell you one thing. Ringside Report was the first to say that Cyril Gane was going to be at the top of the game. We were the first. We have, you don't believe us? We have images to prove it. It's not AI bullshit. It's
saw
real.
him before he was in the UFC.
And what did we say?
AJ told him, he was like, listen to me, Cyril. If you take my advice, you'll be UFC heavyweight champion, interim.
And what did interim. I told him, I didn't say interim. I said you'd be champion. And what did I do, Dave? What did I do? I took his belt.
Yeah.
I wore his belt, and I said, you know what? Next is the UFC belt.
That's right.
And what did he say? Oh, thank you. Merci.
Wow.
You better believe it.
What a story. Antoinette, been a member for 54 months. Thank you, Antoinette. She says, count me in for Vegas. Yeah, maybe. I mean...
Damn right, Antoinette. We're going to have a blast.
I don't know if it's actually
DJ,
happening,
what's up?
But it seems interesting.
Listen, we should do a ringside retreat, man. Everybody, man. We bring, you name it, man. DJ, you bring freaking...
Who's paying for this? Who's paying for all this? You?
Well, who has the money?
I don't
Johnny
know.
North is a big star.
Yeah, that's true. He's a wrestling champion.
Johnny North is the
Must
big
be
star,
a
man.
millionaire by now.
Johnny?
Right. Johnny?
Johnny is like,
Johnny?
he's famous, man. They make dolls out of him. They make soon they're going to make a cartoon out of him.
Yeah.
Or did they? Yeah, that's right, Johnny. I posed with Cyril Gane, man.
So that's fun
And he was
fights
a
coming
super
up
nice
in the
guy.
UFC, in the future. The UFC this weekend has a fight card at the Apex in Vegas, and it's just like...
What?
It's bad. It's really bad.
I was wondering, are we going to do a Bet 99
I'm not doing a
pick?
parlay for this. I can't even pick. I don't know who any of these people are.
That's so funny, man. Yeah, it's
crazy.
Yeah. Well, it's not Albazi anymore.
It's like,
it's
is this
Park.
the UFC?
Yeah, so there's a last minute put in for the main event, which was Tatsuro Taira against. It was supposed to be against Albazi. Now it's Park Hyun Sung, which is pretty good. That guy is something, and so is Tatsuro Taira. We've seen him fight. Very impressive kid. He's 16-1, Park is 10-0, coming in on the last week, stepping in. Look, I think Tatsuro Taira is like, no joke. If I had to do a parlay, I would obviously put him on. But then you have the rest of the card, which is going to be like, it's a tough one, man. Because there's a lot of guys there that most people don't know, except for Neil Magny and Eliseu dos Santos that we know. And to be honest, like Neil Magny
there's nothing.
It's a rough card.
Tatsuro Taira is the 6th ranked flyweight in the UFC's flyweight division, and he is fighting the unranked Park Hyun-sung.
Yeah, he's 10-0. He's unranked, but yeah,
whatever. I mean,
he's an interesting prospect, this guy Park. I mean, it's a tough fight for him.
This is the UFC. It's crazy that this is in the UFC. The whole card is a bunch of people you've never heard of, except for Neil Magny.
Neil Magny. And you know what? It's hard to go against, Neil Magny, but I think if I had...
Is it?
Yeah.
He might beat this guy.
Yeah, I think he'll beat him. I think Neil Magny will beat him.
Yeah, I think Magny wins the fight, actually. I got Magny in that one. What are the odds on that?
And then you have the Carol Rosa fight against Nora Cornell. She's pretty dominant.
Yeah, Rosa should win.
Yeah, not doing that great.
Magny
She's
is
2-2 in her last
plus
4, but
170.
He's the underdog, which I'm surprised.
I'm not that surprised. Okay,
yeah,
AJ.
he lost to Carlos Pratt.
So that's this weekend, but I don't care about this weekend's card. It's just so unimportant. When does the UFC actually have a fight card worth watching? Not next weekend. Another Apex show. Roman Dolidze, Anthony Hernandez is your main event next weekend.
Yeah.
We're going to have to wait till August 16th before anything real happens in the UFC. Crazy. It's crazy that they have 2 shows where you just go, nothing matters on any of these. The UFC used to have fights every fight night was something.
Look, there's some good names on the fight night for August 9th. I mean, you got Roman Dolidze there. You got Steve Erceg, which is like
Steve Urkel is pretty cool, I guess.
Angela Hill's there. Andre Feely's there. And you got our boy, man, Eric Anders that's there, Roll Tide. He's fighting on that card as well. It's a make or break for him as well. But, there's some names that are worth watching for the August 9th fight night. But I agree with you. It's not like...
I'm not even doing a parlay. Skip it. Conor McGregor is back in the drug testing pool. He is getting tested by the UFC's drug testing agency, which means
anonymous.
He can come back and fight if he passes all the tests in 6 months. So Conor seems kind of serious about fighting again, I guess. Take that for what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still another 6 months before we see any movement, and he's got to pass these tests, which who knows.
Dude, he's 37 years old now. You know what I'm saying? This is Conor. We keep saying Conor's coming back. We've been saying it for years. I was so pumped. I even have his where's that toy? I can't even find it anymore.
He's been saying it for years.
Yeah, but you're 37. I think he'll come for that entertainment fight if it ever happens at the White House. But, Conor is he's in the news every day. If it's not for wanting to be president of Ireland, obviously today he was found liable of sexual assault.
In a civil suit, yeah. He lost his appeal. It's the same one that happened.
When was that?
It's the same case.
Year 2018, I think, right?
Huh?
When was that? When did that happen?
Oh, I don't know. Months ago.
No, the incident happened in 2018.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Right, so it's been a while,
but I don't think that that's out there, losing the appeal. That's whatever. I just think people are going to take that for what it is with Conor McGregor, and the UFC is just going to keep on promoting him as Conor McGregor, the fighter, and it's going to move on. As bad as it is, and as horrible a person as he may be, I don't think anybody is generally going to mind if, he wants to go and fight. They'll be like, yeah, sure, we'll watch that. It's just the way of the world.
Sure, he'll be like, yeah, he'll sell. There's no doubt about it. But like I said, time is ticking. It's 37 years old. Into the fight game. Look, I want to see Conor fight again. I've been wanting to see him fight for a while now.
I think he will at some point, man. He has to.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, he's going to have to start paying off a lot of debts. I mean, I don't know how much he has to pay out on this one. Let me just quickly check. Order McGregor to pay 248,000 euros, so that's around 257,000. That's I guess that's a drop in the bucket for him.
Like, I think ultimately Conor McGregor, when he does fight in the UFC, is not for the money. It's just to get out of the contract. Because he owes them 2 fights, and he knows this, and he's talked about it. He's like, I'm going to bang out these 2 fights for the UFC, and then we'll be on to BKFC, and we'll be on to... Like, he's always talked about, like, for the past several years now. He hasn't fought since 2021. For the past several years, he's talked about he's got 2 fights left on his contract, and he needs to get those fights done so that he could go and do whatever else. So he's really not fighting for money. He's fighting for something much more valuable. Freedom.
But Dave,
he
let's
wants
be honest.
to fight for his freedom, AJ. The
freedom!
UFC won't give
I agree.
him his freedom because why would they? He's Conor McGregor. He's very valuable.
Think about
if you have him under contract to fight for you exclusively, why would you let that go?
But that's the thing. I mean, you have 2 more fights. He wants to fight those 2 fights and go elsewhere. Where else would you go besides the UFC when you're Conor McGregor?
Fighting, he owns it.
I know, but let's be honest. I mean, bare knuckles is a different game. It's fast paced.
He could be a fighter, promoter, and bare knuckle for years and do all sorts of weird stuff.
Yeah, but like I'm saying, like the UFC is his money ticket. Like, if he comes back for 1 or 2 out of those fights, I mean, he's not going to probably fight 2. I don't see Conor fighting 2 more times in the UFC. I think he might fight that one as that entertainment fight if it happens at the White House. But other than that, man, I could even see Conor just walking away, He's 37 years old, Dave. That's what I'm trying to tell you. He has to. It has to be an entertainment gimmick fight.
Yeah.
The only fight
Michael
I can see him
Chandler
doing is
a fight. Whatever. Give him something like that. Let him do that. I think that makes sense. He just got to pass those drug tests, and maybe we have Conor McGregor fight on the White House lawn in July 2026.
Look, the only other fight I could see him doing, Dave, honestly, obviously, I don't think it could happen in the UFC, but you never know with Dana White. But I'm just saying, it'll be a Jake Paul fight. It'll be one of those entertainment fights like we saw with
Nate Diaz in the UFC. Let's go.
Yeah, we could see that.
That should be the fight.
But how's he doing, man? It's like the last time wasn't looking too good.
That was Nick.
Was it Nick?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was Nick. Nick wasn't doing too good, man.
Yeah. Nate, Conor, UFC, White House. Let's do it.
Let's book
trilogy fight. I mean,
let's do it.
We're running out of time here, boys. You're not going to be in your 30s forever. Get that fight going. Nate might even be 40. I don't know how old Nate is at this point.
I thought he was around the same age as Conor.
No, Nate's 40.
He's already in the 4s.
Nate Diaz is a 40-year-old man. So, yeah, maybe get that fight going now, while you still can, because Nate's 40. So, what are we going to do here? Can you do that trilogy fight, Dana White? Can you put that together? Nate, Conor, that's a fair fight for Conor. It's a fair fight for Nate. Do that. Even Michael Chandler is probably not fair for Conor, even though,
Well, who's more active,
Nate.
Right?
Yeah. All right, AJ. I know Johnny North is in the chat. He wants me to talk about the Yankees. I'm not gonna. You see the hat. You see the hat. You know that the Yankees won today. You know that the Yankees made a bunch of trades today. Bunch of trades, trade deadline day. And yeah, they did improve their bullpen. And yeah, they did get a couple other players. Man, you know, they didn't get a starting pitcher.
Well,
But
you need that, Dave. That's important, man.
yeah, I agree wholeheartedly.
I didn't know
But
that. I thought they got a starting pitcher out of that
no,
trade.
no, they just got a bunch of bullpen guys.
Okay.
But do you need a starting pitcher if your bullpen's rock solid? Yes,
True.
probably.
Good point. Well, no, if you have a strong bullpen, some closers that can do it. Like, it depends on who's on the injured list as starters, man. If there's none, you're good.
I'm not sure. Like, I'm not convinced all these moves that the Yankees made are going to work out in, like, as far as getting them to the World Series and a World Series win. But I do like that the Yankees made some aggressive moves today, which gave them a better chance at winning. And, it showed that they were willing to deal some prospects for the future so that they could win today, which is interesting. What is this?
Oh, here we go.
No, don't give me this. Get this out of here. Get this out of here. No, I'm cutting it off. That was a Blue Jay song. I hate that. I'm not playing that.
Listen, man, you got to do it for Antoinette and Johnny.
Listen, I'll say this about the Blue Jays. The Yankees are now 3.5 games back. 3.5 games back of first place. The Yankees had a great April, a great May, and, not so great June, and a pretty terrible July. The Yankees, the Blue Jays, had an unbelievable July. Yankees had a very bad July. Blue Jays' July was great. Great. But July is over. August is here. September is coming.
Oof, important,
Baseball is
man.
a long season. There's still a lot of games to go. And the lead that the Blue Jays had was about 5.5, maybe even 6 games at one point. It's 3.5 right now. The Jays may still win the AL East. They might. They might end the season in first place. But the Yankees are coming. The Yankees are coming. They're not letting it slide. They're not saying, oh, well, I guess they're better. They're saying, no, we're getting better. We're going to improve. We're going to fill some of these holes that we have. Ryan McMahon, new third baseman. The Yankees are being serious at this point of the season and not just saying, well, I guess that's it. Because, no, the Yankees are still in a playoff position, and the Yankees still have a core of a team that is good enough to go far in the postseason. And now with some of these additions, maybe they got a shot. Maybe. I got to see it play out. I mean, I got to see these people on the field playing, in pinstripes. I got to see how you perform as a Yankee. It's one thing to perform as a San Francisco Giant or a Colorado Rocky. It's a whole other thing to perform in the Bronx. So, I'm waiting to see. And yeah, I'm happy today because the Yankees won. The Yankees took 3 out of 4 from the Rays. The Yankees won 3 in a row. And the Yankees made some moves, that gave us some promise. But, am I thrilled with the situation? No. Do I think we're better than the Dodgers or the Phillies? No. I mean, I think some of the errors have been addressed, John.
Johnny's going on it,
get
man.
some time, I mean, plus Volpe has been killing it at the plate. He's been hitting like crazy. So the fielding errors are kind of you have a rough stretch and things look like they're over, and then all of a sudden you have a hot streak and you pull it together. I would not count the Yankees out, is all I'm saying. I would not count them out. It was an unbelievable game last night. The Yankees, it was a 1-1 game in the 8th. The Yankees took the lead 2-1 in the bottom of the 8th. Then the Rays hit a 2-run homer to make it 3-2 in the top of the 9th. Then Volpe hit a home run to tie it in the bottom of the 9th. They go to the 10th inning, extra innings. The Rays go up 4-3, top of the 10th. Bottom of the 10th, the Yankees tied it, made it 4-4. And then they go to the 11th, and the Yankees wind up winning in the bottom of the 11th to walk it off and take the game. It was crazy. Today was another crazy game. The Yankees were up 7-0 at one point. The Rays came back, made it 7-4. Then there was a 2-hour and 40-minute rain delay where a state of emergency was declared in the city of New York. The game resumed, and the Yankees wound up winning 7-4.
I'm surprised it continued, man.
And keep playing. They could have just ended at 7-4. It was 7-4.
Yeah, I'm surprised they did come back to like finish that game because like
crazy.
You know, some of the photos and some of the videos coming out of New York, and I think you posted one of them that I saw come up. It was insane. I mean, there was some major flooding going on. So I thought the stadium was going to be flooded.
Yeah, but they survived.
They survived.
Johnny says, I do like Will Warren. Well, Will Warren did pitch well last night, John. So, you know, some of these rookie troubles may be starting to settle down. Maybe I like Will Warren. What is this?
Something's going down. Let it play, Dave.
I'm turning it off. All right.
Is it DJ? DJ Warren, are you playing?
I don't like it. There's still something playing. I don't like it. Give me this.
Ball game over. Yankees win. The Yankees win.
I'll be back tomorrow. We're going to talk SummerSlam. WWE SummerSlam is this weekend. We'll preview it tomorrow night on Wrestling Uncensored with Johnny North. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. Angelo, Antoinette, all the members over at join.ringsidereport.net and membership.ringsidereport.net. Go check out our website, ringsidereport.net. So many great things over on our site. It's really a brand new site, brand new look, brand new stuff. So much for you to check out on the website over at ringsidereport.net. I'll be back tomorrow for the SummerSlam preview on Wrestling Uncensored here on the Ringside Report Network.
Thanks for sticking with us to the end. We would really appreciate it if you could help us spread the word. Please share this episode on whichever social media platform you use. Add a comment below and consider reviewing us on Apple Podcasts. We are an audience-supported network, so consider becoming a recurring supporter at membership.ringsidereport.net. Check out